Exactly what I was saying in the last segment, that we should all fear, because she's competent. We may not agree with her ideologically, but she actually knows how to do this job. So if anyone on the Democratic side or anyone who cared about liberty or justice was thinking, well, maybe Matt Gaetz will screw this up and that'll give us some time. No, Pam Bondi knows what she's doing.
I know everybody was upset because Matt Gaetz opted out of being Attorney General, but MSNBC proves that Pam Bondi might be actually worse for the Democrats. So we're going to get into this video in just a moment, but before we do, make sure you subscribe to RTM News because it ensures to YouTube that you're enjoying our videos. So push it out to more people and it will continue to show up on your own feed. So make sure you subscribe, hit that button, and let's get into this.
Best from her many, many, many appearances on television, and specifically Fox News television. Ms. Bondi even filled in as a guest host on Fox 3 times while she was still the sitting Attorney General of Florida. And she spent plenty of time on the network since she left office.
Murderers, rapists from Venezuelan prisoners coming straight into our country. They are coming to a town near you. It should scare and terrify everyone in this country. This is just one big press conference trying to smear Donald Trump, trying to hurt Donald Trump.
We do have evidence of cheating, and I'll talk about that in a minute, but we are still on the ground in Pennsylvania. I'm here right now, and we are not going anywhere until they declare that we won Pennsylvania.
That last clip you saw there was from just after the 2020 election when Pam Bondi was promoting the big lie that Trump had won the election. Bondi was, again, part of Trump's legal team that tried and failed to prove Trump's election conspiracies in court, filing multiple lawsuits on Trump's behalf in battleground states. And she has been one of his most loyal foot soldiers ever since then. She even stood by Trump's side during his Manhattan criminal trials and defended him outside the courthouse.
Listen, all the rights here, I'm a prosecutor, former prosecutor. Yeah, all the rights here go to the defendant because it's his liberty at stake, and that has not been happening in this courtroom. This case should have never, ever been brought.
All of that is why Donald Trump chose Pam Bondi to be his pick for Attorney General. She will be every bit the loyalist that Matt Gaetz would have been, just with a little more legal experience and a little less baggage.
Oh my gosh, the way that they frame everything that they say. MSNBC, you're basically like, this. You're endorsing, you're letting the whole world know that maybe she actually was a good pick, and maybe we're not going to be all upset about Matt Gaetz anymore because him opting out probably upset a lot of people because they're all like, he's going to make sure things get done. He's not going to let play around. He's going to mean, business is business. He's going to mean. Now you're just proving that his new pick is going to be just as good, if not better. And she, like you said, has even better legal experience. So maybe this is a really good thing that he opted out and she is now replacing him because maybe things will get done at a faster rate. Who knows? But like, it's not a dig to sit there and say that someone's loyal to Trump. I would hope that he would put people in positions of power who are aligning with the mission and the goal of MAGA, Make America Great Again, which is what he's been trying to do for the last 8 years. But like, now that he's in a position to where he can be where he's a president-elect, that he can put all these people to the cabinet, and why would you not? I'm just, it's confusing to me why, like, the way that she's framing it, the way her tone of voice, her inflections, and like how she's trying to portray this whole scenario is if being loyal to Trump is a negative when he's literally the president-elect, and we need people that are going to get his mission, his mandate, what we all voted for, done. Interesting take. And MSNBC is just the gift that keeps on giving, because there's another clip here where a guy is fearful of her competence. And yeah, you're going to want to check this out.
Exactly what I was saying in the last segment, that we should all fear, because she's competent. We may not agree with her ideologically, but she actually knows how to do this job. So if anyone on the Democratic side or anyone who cared about liberty or justice was thinking, well, maybe Matt Gaetz will screw this up and that'll give us some time. No, Pam Bondi knows what she's doing. She knows what she's doing about immigration. Remember, Florida is one of those states that's been very aggressive about migrants and deportation and moving people to different states and everything else like that. Florida has enacted all sorts of rules and laws to curtail students and what they can do on campuses and finding legal justifications for manipulating education money. She is a dangerous and effective pick, and that's frankly worse than what we would have got with Matt Gaetz, even with the deplorable moral background that he has.
Yeah, and I want to discuss that.
He's like, yo, she's worse. which means for us better. Like it's a good job. Thank you, Matt, for the sacrifice you made in trying to not become a distraction for this incoming administration, because now you put in someone who's really scaring them in a way that, and obviously you don't want people to be fearful, legitimately fearful, but like he's terrified because she's going to be able to get the job done and she's good at it, apparently. Okay. MSNBC, you're making Pam Bondi seem like the A1, like an A1 pick. Shoot. And they're not even trying to do this. That's the funny thing. They're like, all this, everything that they're saying is trying to like deter American people away. They're all just like, they just haven't comprehended yet that we voted for him. So the picks he has, we want. And so if we vote for him and all those things that he says he wants to do for our country, whether it be illegal immigration or whatever, she's going to enforce that, we're happy. But they're trying to characterize that in a way to make you like, be wary. Oh, like she's loyal. She's going to follow the laws and she's good at it. Oh no, I'm terrified. Like what? You guys.
With a little more depth with both of you, including her record on civil rights, LGBTQ rights, and other issues that are front and center at the DOJ, and which we know were also big campaign issues this cycle.
Ugh, people. No, and this is why they lost it. The focusing on these LGBTQ race stuff. It's just like, we don't care, man. Can you just make, can I afford eggs, man? Can I kind of like go splurge on something just once this month? Because I haven't been able to. Everything's been going to bills. They still don't get it. And it's just because these people are out of touch, man. They live this lavish lifestyle. They're on TV every day talking about things, regurgitating numbers and saying that your life isn't as bad as you think it is. Because their life is good. It's just, it didn't rock with the American people. And we all switched up. We don't switch up. I never switched up. I was always on Team Trump. But a lot of people are like, okay, maybe he's not that bad. Maybe I'd rather hear some mean tweets or mean truth socials or whatever you call them, and be able to afford my life and be confident knowing that our border's secure and that maybe someone won't come and rape my daughter or whatever, anyone, or hurt them or funnel drugs to the country. Like whatever the reason may be, there's many reasons for why people would vote for Trump. So everything they're doing is like backfiring, it seems. We do have one more video, and this video is just to show you the kind of tough woman that she is and how she's going to be able to handle the things going forward in this Trump 2024 election cycle, or in 2025 when he gets inaugurated. So you're gonna really enjoy her the next 4 years, because I think she's gonna do a good job based off this.
One very big mistake. They wound up in Polk County. And I'll tell you, it's bad enough in one thing to profit from poisoning others, but it's another when you bring drugs from Mexico into our country, California, Texas, Georgia, and end up in our state and do it with impunity. Because when you're in this country illegally and you're doing things illegally, I want to tell you, and you wind up in Polk County, Grady Judd is going to find you, the DEA is going to help them, and my statewide prosecutors are going to lock you up for as long as we can.
And we're going to enjoy it.
And each of these defendants are looking at 30 years in Florida State Prison for conspiracy to traffic drugs.
That's funny, man. No, I mean, this is good. You want people who are going to follow the laws and are going to enforce them strong. It's like, she's like Tom Homan with the border, like the way she's like talking about, like, you're going to do these things, these are going to be the consequences, and that's just the way it is. That's what's going to happen. Watch yourself. But if our government was more efficient in that way, or if our border patrol, which is something like obviously it's dependent on who's in power to like make people enforce or not enforce, people are that's why things are illegal. Like people are less likely to commit a crime because it's illegal to do so. Obviously people still do, but like if it wasn't illegal to go into the store and steal some gum, you do it. But because it is, like, you're more wary, you're more concerned. And if you know that the people that are watching, the security guard at that store is watching like a hawk, you're going to be less likely to do it. So I'm really excited to see an enforced government this election cycle. But anyways, comment your thoughts down below. Let me know what you thought. Thank you so much for tuning in, and subscribe, comment, engage. You got to do that stuff. It pushes through the algorithm and lets YouTube know that you're enjoying what you're seeing. So, all right, guys, I'll see you next time. Peace.